Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Regular Show Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. So yeah, we're doing 2 episodes to start off the second season of Regular Show. Last week we finished Season 1, and I was going to originally do 4 episodes of this today, in order to keep up with Rarity Dash's reactions and all still. But I also had to record yesterday's Loud House stuff. So I just really don't have the time. I would like to record more. I really would, but it's just like, I don't have the time. I would love to, but yeah. I know I just repeated myself like 3 times, but still. Maybe next week we'll get to a bunch more. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, so last season kind of ended off without really having any big finale or anything. It just kind of ended, really. Just another episode, basically. So I'm wondering if this season, now this season is longer than last one. I do know that for sure. So I'm wondering if this season is going to have any kind of story to it, or if it's just going to be more of the same. I wouldn't mind more of the same, but I would also like an ongoing story of some sort. I am interested to see what happens either way, because this is a great show, great format. I just love the concept of it and just how well it's executed. But yeah, it's like, I do have to get on with this because it is already 7 p.m. and everything. If you didn't watch my Loud House video, though, I do want to show something off real quick. Check this out. There it goes. So this is my new bed. Yeah, I actually have a bed now for the first time in almost a decade. No joke. I actually have a bed instead of a couch or a futon or whatever else in my room. An actual, honest-to-goodness bed. Frame, box spring, mattress, the whole shebang. Got my plushies on there, as you can see. And yeah, I slept on it last night. It's comfortable enough. I just have to get used to sleeping on an actual bed again. So yeah, I'm excited to have that. I got that yesterday. That's why Loud House was late, because I just wasn't able to record Loud House before. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we have with these episodes, these first 2 episodes of the season. And I hope that this show continues to impress me. It's definitely surpassed my expectations so far. So, let's just get into it. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts, and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. That's... Okay. Let's just take this one episode at a time. So, Hello, Governor was an okay episode. Nothing amazing, but it was enjoyable enough. I like the nod towards cringy B-horror films. Like, those are always fun. I like how Rigby was the one who suggested it, but ended up being the one to get nightmares, and how it seemed like it was real at first, even, but it ended up just being the video store guy in a costume. That was a good misdirect, especially with how this show's formula goes. That actually kind of breaks it a little bit. Because nothing out of the ordinary actually happened. It was all... I mean, it almost seemed like it was going to, but it was really all a misunderstanding. So, that's interesting. yeah, it was just fun. It had a lot of cool ideas. I, I think the idea of the movie being nothing but the car chasing people around saying "Hello, Governor," while I guess killing some people and everything was like a little much, but I don't know. The second episode, though, not as fond of that one, if I'm being honest. I didn't hate it necessarily, but this second episode here, like, my problem with it was more of, I guess, where it went in the end. I like the concept of it. I like how we got more of Margaret and more of Mordecai trying to ask her out and failing. I really wish they would get on with that, though. And I like the idea of Rigby even scoring a date with her and getting Mordecai jealous. But I don't like how it went to where Rigby, the reason Rigby did it was solely because he was jealous that Mordecai wouldn't go see the movie with him, and after he scored the date with Margaret, just continued to be an insurmountable asshole about it. And then Mordecai was jealous but wasn't doing anything about it, and when he finally snaps because of everything Rigby had been doing to him and saying to him and everything, he basically gets punished for it. And he's the one who's basically, in the end, told he's wrong by Father Time, who I guess is just a thing. I don't like episodes of any show where the person who's in the wrong gets off scot-free, where the person who's in the right, or at least hasn't done anything wrong enough, is the one who's punished. I hated it when it did it with Trixie in the Ghostbusters episode of MLP. I've hated it in every show and game and whatnot, or whatever else where that kind of thing happens. And I hate it here. Again, Mordecai, he had every right to be upset about this. Rigby knows that he's been wanting to ask Margaret out. And Rigby, just to be an asshole, asks her out, gets her to say yes, and then holds it over Mordecai's head, like I said, just being an asshole about it. Just basically taunting him and fucking with him over it. And Mordecai's the bad guy here? Mordecai's wrong for being jealous and not admitting it? Yes, Mordecai was definitely jealous. But he's not in the wrong. Because guess what? Rigby was jealous too. The entire thing started out because Rigby was jealous that Mordecai wouldn't go see the movie with him. And was going to ask Margaret to a different movie instead. So it's just... once again, Rigby's the bad guy. I really don't like that this episode took that turn. Now, if Rigby had scored the date with Margaret, maybe she overheard about the tickets and asked to go too, and he was... they could even keep the fact that he was jealous. Jealous that Mordecai wouldn't go with him, so he's like, yeah, okay, we can do this. And then he didn't just hold it over Mordecai's head. Instead, act more disappointed that Mordecai didn't go with him originally and stuff. Maybe it would have been good, really good, but I don't know. It's just... I hate the idea that Mordecai was punished for it, basically. And that Rigby got off scot-free when he caused every major problem. Hell, Mordecai microwaving the clocks in the first place and causing all that shit, that happened with time and everything, it was all Rigby's fault. Like 100%. And the problem is this show seems to do this with Rigby a lot, to where he's the cause of most of the problems that happen with these characters. And he gets off scot-free, or at least doesn't get a proper punishment. Sometimes he might get his comeuppance, but honestly, most of the time he doesn't, at least so far. And it's just, it gets annoying after a while. It just really does. But like I said, I mean, the episode before that, before all of that really started to go downhill, was not bad. It had a lot of good potential. It's just, it did not handle it well. But, I mean, like I said, not every episode of this show I expect to be good. I don't expect every episode to really knock it out of the park. But it's kind of ironic for me. The episode of this set of two that adhered more to the formula of the show was the one I liked least. The one that actually subverted that a little bit by having there not actually be anything weird going on in the end, and it just being a misunderstanding. That's the one I liked more, ironically enough. So I do find that kind of funny. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed episode 1 of this season. Episode 2, not as much, no. Just really kind of bothered me there. But we'll see where it goes from here on out. Tell me what you thought of these episodes in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way, you're still standing, live, love, laugh.